All right, let's do this. How are you, what the fuckers, what the fuck buddies, what the fuck nicks? What's happening? I'm Mark Maron. This is my podcast. Rest in peace, Larry King, one of the great interviewers, passed away a few days ago. We reposted my conversation with him, which was a little tense at the beginning, but then it eased into something kind of great. So if you're not familiar with Larry in that way, as Larry talking about Larry, it's a nice experience, and we do that here at the shop. We repost the talks I had with people who passed away in memory of them. It's not something I like to do, but it's something I'm happy to do. And it also reminds me of my own life experience, of where I was, what I was doing, 2013, driving to Beverly Hills to talk to Larry King, who was upset with me because we had gotten the times crossed up. I thought I was on time. He thought I was late. But it's a moment in time, and he will be missed. But no one can say he didn't live a full life. It's always sad when people pass, but it's a little more understandable when they're old as fuck. But yeah, today on the show I talked to George Wallace, the comedian. Probably seen him doing stand-up somewhere. Even if you don't watch a lot of stand-up, he's been doing it everywhere for decades. Now he's got a renewed popularity because of his Twitter feed. He's got a new book out called Bull Twit and Whatnot. And, yeah, I'll talk to him. It's sort of amazing. I haven't talked to him yet. He's a guy that started in New York. He's one of these guys. When you come up as a comedian, one of the things you deal with, depending on the club. If there's a club that's an old club that's been around for a long time, there are a few comedy clubs that come to mind, certainly the Comedy Store here in Los Angeles, but like Zany's in Nashville, where there's just hundreds of headshots of people from back in the day. And as a young comic, when you work these clubs, there were more of them back in the day, road clubs that lasted through the 80s, that had been there since the beginning. And you just walk around looking at these pictures and you wonder, like, who's that guy? What happened to that guy? I used to do a joke about that, about the Comedy Store. When you walk into the Comedy Store, it's just like hundreds of headshots. The gallery of sadness, where you play the game. Oh yeah, whatever happened to that guy? Probably ended okay, maybe not, but whatever. But I just remember George Wallace's picture at the comic strip in New York, another one of those places where it was just a strange black and white promotional shot of him as a preacher. And I always wondered, like, what was that about? So that was interesting to talk to him about that. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. I know we feel better now that we've been released from this hostage situation, from this brain fucking that we've all had to go through, this toxic brain fucking and American fascistic swarm. But I do think I have to acknowledge, I don't know about you, but because of what I've experienced over the last year with the death of someone I loved and the general condition of plague and Donald Trump's presidency, is I believe that I am experiencing some PTSD, and I think we all are, and I think it's ongoing. I think we've adapted to this isolating life or to this lockdown life, and however many of you having to go to work every day and live in that, the sort of fear of that. Hopefully many of you who need it, who are vulnerable, who are older, are getting the vaccine and feeling a little bit more safety. But there is a PTSD that we're going to have to get through, I think. I don't know where this goes, but I just hope you're taking care of yourself. I have begun a meditation practice that I've been told that I should do for years, but I've been doing it, and I've added some yoga to it. Back in the day, not too far back, but in the last decade, I used to do yoga once a week, some hot flow yoga with Joe at the Hollywood YMCA. And I haven't done it in years, but I bought a nice mat, and I've got it right next to my bed. I get out of bed, I do a few sun salutations, and then I sit cross-legged and I throw on the Headspace app. And I don't know if it's weird because I listen to that guy. Okay, take a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, he give you a little pep talk of some kind. Creativity is something we all want to do, but I can't quite do his voice. But I'm finding that the guided meditation thing, where you're supposed to, like, if you have a thought, don't get mad, whatever. Get back to your body, get back in your breath. But, he's talking. Like, it gets to a point with guided meditation where you're like, I was right there, and then you had to, tell me to count my breaths. Count your breaths up to 10, in and out. 1, 2, 3. Just pay attention. It's like, I was in it. I was right there. I do seem to get there after about 10 minutes of him. When he says time to open your eyes, I'm like, I just got in it, and now I've been staying in it a little longer. Again, I don't know what it does. I don't know what it's for. I don't know why. But I'm doing it because it can't fucking hurt, and God knows I have the time. And the yoga, I need to stretch because I'm compulsively exercising to maintain my sanity, and I'm 57 fucking years old, and I wake up and I feel like I'm broken. I feel like the entire machine needs fucking oil. I feel like, oh my God, is this the way it's going to be for the rest of it? So the yoga's helping, the breathing's helping, it's all helping. But it's weird, isn't it, man? It's weird. There's a creeping sadness still, isn't there? But I do know this. Now is the perfect time to turn your best idea into a new website, and you should do it with Squarespace. You'll find what you need, whether you're showcasing your work, blogging and publishing content, selling products and services, announcing upcoming events, or anything you can dream of. Buying a domain from Squarespace is easy because there are no hidden fees or price hikes, and you can know your audience with their analytics tools. Get insight on page views, traffic sources, time spent on your site, audience geography, and more. Every Squarespace website and online store comes with integrated features and useful guides that help your site get good search results. WTFpod.com is powered by Squarespace, and we love how easy it is to update the site. We can add new episodes in minutes, and it looks great on any device without having to do anything different. Every change gets made on every platform. Head to squarespace.com/WTF for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code WTF to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/WTF with offer code WTF for 10% off your first purchase. Been watching some movies. I've been reading this book, watching the movies that the book is about, watched In the Heat of the Night. Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger, terrific. Norman Jewison movie. Watched Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, the Stanley Kramer movie. A little difficult. Watched Bonnie and Clyde, but Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. Wow. Spencer Tracy, holy fuck. His last movie, dropped dead before it came out. Just stunning. Just amazing. Bonnie and Clyde I watched. The other two movies that the book's about are The Graduate and Dr. Dolittle. What is that book called? I'm so fucking bad. Pictures at a Revolution. I don't know if I'm going to get to Dr. Dolittle, and God knows I've seen The Graduate a lot, but I'm nearing the end of the book, and it's sort of like he's bringing all this together. It's sort of kind of talking about the shift in the business, but it's such great read and great to watch the movies. I also watched what's that new movie? Promising Young Woman? Is that what it was? Promising Young Woman? Yeah. With Carey Mulligan and my former Glow co-stars are in it. Chris Lowell, Alison Brie. It was a heavy movie. It's a disturbing movie. It's a dark movie. It's a powerful movie. It delivers a punch at the end. It's kind of sad but satisfying. But I do not know why you would take that story personally and sort of couch it in kind of an indie comedy framework or a slight campiness to it. This is because sometimes if you make a film that is heavy, I mean, this is a real examination and revenge tale about toxic masculinity. Is that what if you had played that straight in the way of what if you had just approached it as a human story without kind of buffering it with this kind of indie campiness. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, and I was satisfied at the end of it, but I don't know if I'll remember it in the way that I would remember. Like there's an old Clint Eastwood movie that is similar in theme called Sudden Impact, which, you know, really delivered a message about female rage around helplessness in the face of abuse, and the most toxic of the masculinity, you know, rape, murder. And like, I'll never forget it. And this new movie, Promising Young Woman, is great. It's well performed, but there's a sheen to it because of the indie campiness that I wonder if it undermines the power of the story. You be the judge. I'm just talking. Little movie review. And like a movie review, I enjoyed it. It delivered. It was satisfying at the end, but those are my issues. And it doesn't matter. Watch it. See for yourself. All right, listen. Quick cat update. Buster, he's got a little sneezy. He's very talkative. We're bonding deeply. I always knew this would happen. Once the old guys passed, I knew Buster and I would have our time, and we do. You can check out my Instagram Live every day if you want to check in with Buster and be part of the conversation. He's got a bit of a catnip problem right now. But bottom line, Buster is an important part of my life, and I'm sure that's true for every pet owner. PetSmart's associates also really love pets, and caring for them is a big part of why they work there. And as an essential retailer since the beginning of the pandemic, PetSmart has made it safe and easy for you to care for your pet too, online or in stores. At PetSmart, the health and safety of employees, pet parents, and pets are what's most important, which is why they require face coverings, support social distancing, installed plexiglass shields, and implemented enhanced cleaning to follow CDC recommendations. If you're interested in contactless shopping, just order online at PetSmart.com or on the PetSmart app and enjoy easy curbside pickup or same-day delivery powered by DoorDash free through January 31st, 2021. You can get everything your pet needs right to your door and right when you need it. Check out PetSmart.com for more details. That's PetSmart.com. It's one of those right around the corner from me. George Wallace. His new book is Bulltwit and Whatnot. It is available at georgewallace.net. And this is me talking to the comedian George Wallace. Can you see me, George?
I see you very well, man. Of course I do. Thank you so much.
Where you at?
At ATL. I'm in Wakanda.
Oh, really? You're down in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you come from?
I'm born, raised in Atlanta. Yeah, born. And I'm right now. My condo is 1 mile from where I was born.
So you're living down there?
Well, I live in New York City, and I live in Las Vegas, and I live in Los Angeles.
Do you actually you own places in all those places?
I do. I own 17 properties. I found myself, I didn't do drugs, but, you know, it came to an era where I was making a lot of money in 2008, 2009 in Las Vegas. And I just found myself buying cheap properties. And I really screwed up this time. When the market is down, make sure you buy, man. You can buy a lot.
You haven't been buying any new properties?
No, I have enough. I'm trying to get rid of them now. I'm trying to get rid of the property, especially in my New York City, because maintenance is a bitch in New York. If New York is not your primary address, they add another 2.5% to your maintenance.
Oh, really?
Yes, maintenance, and maintenance is high as hell. That's what I'm going to sell my place.
How do they know when you're not living there primarily? Just because a doorman rats you out? How do they know?
Because when you file your taxes, you have to, you get a New York tax.
Oh, so you're filing in two places.
Yes, so you can't do that.
So Atlanta, how long you live down there?
I don't live here. I'm just here since quarantine. I came down here in March 14.
You got
family?
I've been
here since all my family. Most of my family. My family's all over the world, but I got a lot of family here in Atlanta, and so I'm here. And I'm pretty strict about quarantining.
Yeah.
I've been in the house since March 14th. Very seldom I go out.